Okay. Hi guys, and welcome to my page, Messages from Venus. I had to pause the video. I don't know who the fuck is calling after hours. I don't understand. Anyway, I'm uploading videos. I just uploaded tarot bags, baby stuff, and beauty haul. And a video called Using the Tarot Cards is Also Living in the Matrix. So by the time you guys are watching this, there's like other videos. But I'm looking at my little book, and today is the 13th. And I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm a month behind on things that I have to do, okay? I'm a month behind because I write them in my little book. And I'm supposed to be doing this stuff. So this next video is about, what is it? Yes, it's about how to use sigils, symbols, the days of the week to manifest things that you want. First of all, when you guys use candles, I have 2 candles burning at this very moment in time that I'm not going to show you because there's actual workings that sometimes I bring to work for myself, not for clients. I have like 7-day candles where I bring the candles to my job because I have an actual space. There's my desk is much further back there. I put the black cloth so that you guys don't see it, but you guys can see I have my money spray at work. I have like a certain section where sometimes I just bring my candles, I light them, I create a small little sacred space for them in the same space all the time. Or I spray certain things around them because that is the area where I do my stuff at work. I have altars everywhere. I have traveling altars. I have just altars for myself. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you guys or speak to you guys about sigils and the importance of symbolism. Before there was language, before there was anything that had to do with linguistics, there was, oh, my hands are so dry. There was symbols. So people would communicate via symbols, and they weren't using their throat chakras as much as we do today. They were more into like telepathy, I think it's what you call it, or telepathy. They didn't need cell phones to speak to people internationally. They can just use their brains, use their energy. If you guys do your actual research and not just research that the Matrix feeds you, you will know these things. And it's all over the world, not just Africa or Egypt or anything like that. All over the world. So when you do your spell work, you want to speak in the language of the universe. You want to speak in the language of the universe, and you want to speak in the language of your ancestors, of your, not just the ancestors of this current bloodline, but of other bloodlines that you were part of as well. Maybe in other lives, etc., etc. For example, the runes. The runes can be used in many ways. The runes can be used as symbols. You can do divination with them. Or you can use them in reverse. So they have double meanings. They have a positive meaning or a negative meaning or a upright meaning, a reverse meaning, etc. Just like the tarot cards. If you use those symbols, it can attract certain things to you. And this way, if somebody that doesn't know how to read or doesn't know the language of the runes, they will never know what your spell or spell work is about unless it's a witch that's a seasoned witch or a witch that knows her symbolism, that knows her stuff. Or somebody that's into the metaphysical world or the spiritual world. They won't get to know what you're doing. If you have a spell, if you have a 7-day candle, which I have one of the 7-day candles that actually has stuff written on it at this very moment in time, that's the only way that people will know if they look at the candle and they're like, oh, this candle is for etc., etc. That's why the 7-day candles that are actually good or sometimes better to use are the ones that don't say anything at all. You just color coordinate your spell. So it's color coordination and also your symbols or your sigils as well. there are, I find there are symbols, sigils, etc., that get me my manifestations faster or maintain certain levels of energies that I want or prefer easier than when I write certain things down. Or if I just visualize things, it becomes faster or quicker, or during certain times of the day or certain times of the lunar cycle. So learn your sigils, you guys, and sigils can be used for both positive and negative entities or demons, angels, etc. All these entities have certain sigils that you can use. Like the archangels have their own sigils. And I'll be talking about that as well. Like, I don't get how you guys don't see what these entities actually are when they have demonic sigils for you to be able to communicate with them. Or what's considered to be demonic, or the seals of Solomon. Hello. But okay, that's another video, another day. So you have your sigils for your entities or your spirits. You also have your veves, which is for like you more of the Yoruba, Santeria, Haitian voodoo or Voodoo. They have their veves, and veves are the sigil for an actual entity or an actual spirit. It's what symbolizes them. It's their name in a symbol. It is their frequency in a symbol. Also, symbols that have to do not just with like the moon or the stars or I want or I need. You guys can also use the hieroglyphs. Sometimes I use the hieroglyphs and I write them out. If my intuition tells me, like, for example, I can say to myself, I need to do spell work for a client, or I need to do a love spell work for a client. And I can look at certain, I have too many books in my house. I have books that talk about either the Kardashay or that have the hieroglyphs on them. Sometimes I look at certain symbols and I'm like, you know what, this is what I need. And things will manifest faster. Because when you use your intuition and you're used to using your intuition, you will know to trust your intuition. Like, this is, my intuition will never lie to me. It will never ever lie to me. So I know to use these things. I know to trust the spirit. I know to trust spirit. I have faith in the spirit. Also use symbols that have to do with alchemy or alchemical symbols, or as opposed to writing water, you use a symbol for water. As opposed to writing fire, you use a symbol for fire. Not just the triangles with the lines, no, or the reverse triangles. You can use other symbols for water as well, so that people really won't know what the fuck you need. And it's a form of protection. Once you use symbols and sigils, it is a form of your own protection of your own magic. Learn different types of symbols that don't have to do much with either alchemy or a specific religion or a specific way of doing magic, or a specific strand or brand of magic. Let's see. The moon cycles, I have everything written down. Use the moon cycles as well. There are certain moon cycles where you can use you can use the full moon for something. You can use the waning moon or waning moon, for something else. You can use the new moon for something else. But there's certain symbols of the moon for that specific time of the moon, where you can literally write yourself a sentence in symbols and know what that means for either yourself or a client. Or you can also manifest things or do the actual spell work. Excuse me. Or do the actual spell work during the time of the lunar cycles. Especially if you guys are witches or you guys manifest things for yourselves. Also use the days of the week. The days of the week represent a certain planet, and that planet represents a certain frequency. For example, the moon represents psychic energy, Mars represents energy, Mercury represents communication, Jupiter represents initiation, Venus or Friday represents harmony. Saturday or Saturn represents stability, and Sunday, which is the sun, represents self-awareness. So use certain days of the week to do certain things. If you want to use Mercury, let's say now, and you want to stop communication between someone or one person or another, you can start the spell work on a Wednesday. Use the sigil for Mercury, and then use the sigil or the symbol for retrograde or Mercury retrograde, and then write the name of the person down, or the people or persons down which you want to block communication from, and use the specific colors of a candle or candles. I don't know if you like to use the 7-day candles or not, but it's just different ways of manifesting things for yourself without having to use the English language or your own language or whatever language you use or you speak in. Just a little note to self. I just wanted to make this small little video because it came to mind, and sometimes I don't know when the information is going to download to me to tell you guys. So I write it down in my little booklet and then I research on it, or I write down what the information is being downloaded to me. And most of these things I already know. I don't know them by heart. If I tell you that I know a sigil or a symbol by heart, I don't. I have most of my sigils and stuff and veves printed out, and then I stick them to the candle, or I recreate the sigil or symbol, or the symbol for the day, or the symbol for the planet, etc., on the candle. And sometimes, yes, I do write things down, and I just write it out if it's for myself. But if it's for a client, or if I know that I'm going to be home and I'm doing something and I don't want somebody to put their energy, or for somebody to reroute whatever perception of reality they have on my workings, because there's other people in my house that practice the same thing that I practice, and I wouldn't want them to either harm my work or say, this is not going to work, and put that energy there. I just do the symbols so that they don't figure it out. And if they ask, I just give them another example or something else, which, to be honest, hasn't happened to me. But for you, it's a form of protection, just so you guys know. But I'm lucky. That hasn't happened as of yet. That I'm like in my own home and I can't even practice my own thing. Even though sometimes I do use certain sigils for certain entities that I don't feed in my house. I don't have altars for them, but I do feed them within myself. And I don't always work with them, but when I need them, they're there because I feed them. I'm looking at my notes. That's why I keep looking away. And I can't stay still. I'm very fidgety. So when I need to work with them, or I need to light candles to them or for them, or for them to do something for me, etc., that's what I do. I use certain symbols, and the information transmutes or translates to them easier. So that's all I wanted to say, you guys. Stay tuned for another of one of these videos, and I have to finish my monthly videos for the English monthly videos. I have to have like 6 more videos to go. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.